Hey guys, today I want to report the controversy with Heather Mewshaw. If you don't know what happened, I'm going to tell you. But first, I'm going to tell you why I picked Heather. People everywhere are becoming angry at others for sharing their opinion. I dislike that a lot, but I believe people have the right to dislike people or not support them. I'm picking this story because I want to educate myself and investigate on the truth of what happened to Heather. In the past, Heather worked and interpreted for the White House. She was an independent contractor. She worked a lot for the White House. But on January 27th, 2021, a report from Times Magazine said she interpreted for a Facebook group called Hands of Liberty. That group is devoted to right-sided news. But in the past, that group has also shared videos with not true information about COVID and politics. Since the report, Heather has reported that the Biden administration has not contacted her, and people are sending her lots of hate for interpreting for right-sided news. She is now considered canceled. One reason a lot of people are judging her is because she wore a MAGA hat while interpreting for Hands of Liberty. Now a lot of deaf and hearing people believe she is no longer eligible to interpret for the White House. But Heather says that she interprets but doesn't always agree with what she's supposed to sign. She wants deaf people to have equal opportunities to see both the right side and the left side, whichever they choose. She also says that the people who criticize her, they only not agree with what Hands of Liberty believes. The people who disagree with her are angry because they believe she violated CPC's tenet 3.8 that says, interpreters should avoid conflict of interest, whether real or perceived. It might create harm or interfere with the effectiveness of the interpreting. From my small experience as an ASL student, I believe interpreting is a person speaks and the words become accurate signs. I think interpreting is when a person speaks and then an interpreter signs what they said. It's not their job to correct if the speaker thinks something is wrong. Hands of Liberty asked for an interpreter, and Heather said yes. She said yes because she wanted to do work for the deaf community. And she wants them to have access to all media. If Hands of Liberty had false information in their videos, it is not Heather's responsibility. Heather has had no past records of false interpreting, and for the White House, She signed accurately. I believe Heather should continue working for the White House. Many Democratic interpreters have interpreted right-sided news, and they have signed accurately. My viewpoint is that Democrats and Republicans have a double standard, and it's not fair. And I'm not alone in thinking that. The Daily Moth reported on this issue, and many people commented positive words for Heather. One user named Art Hare said, "The deaf community should be grateful for interpreters. They do interpreting for us to know what people talk and say." If there was no interpreters, deaf people would be inside a dark time. If the speaker is Republican or Democrat, it doesn't matter. People have the right to follow what they like. But some inside the deaf community think it's okay to interpret for right-sided news, but bad to wear a MAGA hat during interpreting. One user named Susie Watkins said, conflict of interest. She wore a MAGA hat, interpreted fake news, and supports Trump. She has that right. But interpreting for the Biden administration, it doesn't make sense. Deaf Republicans don't understand that. I saw a YouTube video that Heather lied and covered herself up. She, on the YouTube video, didn't include certain topics. It's time for Heather to move on. There's no Heather for the Biden administration. I'm unqualified to make a decision, but I believe Heather should continue interpreting. I think we as a nation in unity should reflect and think about how censorship even as small as a Facebook video can affect our future greatly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video can help you understand and has good information. I hope you have an amazing day.